Good evening, I'm Lisa Hernandez.
I'm Greg Hurst, and take a look at what dropped from the sky in Fort Bend County tonight. That line of strong storms sparked what looks like a forming funnel cloud.
The threat appears to be far from over, and Gene is tracking all this in the Weather Center tonight. A lot going on, Gene.
There sure is, and those storms that were out to our west in Katy and Fulshear have made their way into downtown, and primarily we're looking at a big hail threat. These purple areas you see on HD Doppler indicate hail now moving over Pasadena and just near South Houston. That will continue down to the south and east. And this area of hail right around the University of Houston, just east of the medical center, that's going to push south toward the Sunnyside neighborhood. But we're also checking two other areas of hail that we're watching. This one has weakened quite a bit just to the north of Katy, but this one continues to be strong. There's a lot of lightning, and there is a lot of hail coming toward Sugar Land by 10:24, Stafford by 10:41, and Missouri City by 10:45. All part of a brand new severe thunderstorm warning indicated by this boxed area. So Katy, which had been hit by the strong storms earlier, is going to get hit again. The storms that are pushing south and east of downtown will continue to move over toward just south of Baytown, and these storms will once again continue to roll across I-10. So the concern is that we still have storms that have the potential to produce hail and possibly some isolated tornadoes. So the tornado watch, which was issued right around 7:30, 8 o'clock, has been extended now to 2 a.m. for many of our counties, primarily east of the I-45 corridor. Our Cheetah Johnson is outside here at the KHOU studios. Cheetah, can you see the next line of storms coming in just quite yet?
Okay, well, Gene, you know, we've been tracking that strong line of thunderstorms that pushed through earlier. Right now, it's raining lightly, but it's kind of a calm before the next wave of energy pushes through. But 20 minutes ago, I was out here, and wow, the skies were lit up. You could hear that thunder roar and some heavy rainfall coming down, making the roads on Allen Parkway just behind me extremely slick. I did not see any hail outside of our studios, but by far, that has been the really most reports coming in about hail. So if you're seeing that at home, please stay inside, stay safe. We're going to keep you posted here. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
We've certainly heard it here in the newsroom. Thank you, Cheetah, for that live update. Now let's go to our man on the streets.
Our Doug Miller has been chasing this storm all night long. What have you been seeing, Doug?
Well, it's been a stormy night and sometimes a calm night here in all over the Houston area. Like Cheetah says, we're in one of those calm periods right now. I'm afraid, guys, this storm system may have followed us in from Weimar. We were there earlier today where tornadoes struck last night, and we looked in a rear view mirror and all of a sudden saw something nasty. But even closer to it, take a look at what some weather bug storm chasers saw. This is what Jacob Wyckoff saw, shot this video around 7 o'clock this evening in Sealy. Now, the thing about Jacob is he is a meteorologist. What he says he saw was a wall of rotating clouds, strengthening, weakening, then strengthening again. He said it was as though they were cycling, trying to form into a tornado. When you see anything like this, of course, you've got to wonder, you've got to worry. It looked like a giant tornadic wall sweeping west to east on I-10 from central Texas toward the Houston area. Now, all evening long, we followed this system. We chased it around, and luckily, we heard no reports of any damage so far anywhere in the Houston area. So far, just a whole lot of rain. So far, just a whole lot of wind. And so far, just a whole lot of hail. And a stormy start to our Mother's Day weekend. Reporting live from West Houston, Doug Miller, KHOU 11 News.
No kidding. Thank you, Doug. Well, all the rain made it tough for drivers to get around tonight with some streets flooded.
Our Jeremy Diesel is in southwest Houston with that angle. Jeremy?
Well, there might not be any damage to buildings, but we've seen a couple of cars that had to be actually towed away from this intersection. This is Bering at Richmond, and up until about 10 minutes ago, it was completely covered with water. At its peak, this roadway had more than 1.5 feet of water on it, so much so that cars were not at all able to make it through this intersection. You can still see that the side street is flooded, and cars are to stay away from this side of the intersection, but at one point Richmond was completely impassable in both directions. Cars are starting to be a little more adventurous and make their way through now. It's down to about 4 inches of water, but 1.5 feet here earlier this evening. Back to you guys.
All right, JD, thanks. So we've had our cameras rolling all night long. Now to some viewer pictures. This one was taken near Tomball Hospital, sent in by a Channel 11 viewer. Linda Bateman sent in this next one showing a funnel cloud at the Lakes of Bellaterra in Richmond. And here's one more from Spring showing another funnel cloud sent in by Clayton Stewart.
The Weather Service confirmed today it was a tornado that hit Colorado County last night. The high school in Weimar took the brunt of that storm. Its football stadium was practically destroyed and a freight train was blown off its tracks. If you have some storm photos, we'd love to see them. You can post your pics online in the U News section of KHOU.com.
We have more breaking.